So tell us what's going on at tonight's meeting. What happened?
Well, we passed. There was a lot of ordinances that we're having to get sent to the state to get, they call it qualified, and we did a bunch of those tonight, and we talked about the Presbyterian has a new leader there, and her name is Alicia Chavez, I do believe, or Leticia Chavez. I'm sorry. Let me correct that. We're excited about that because before, the person that was before her, we could never get anything out. They weren't upholding their contract. As a matter of fact, at one point we had talked about seeking out somebody else to take over the contract at the medical center here in Tularosa, but seems like they've turned it around, and we're excited. There's a new doctor there. New doctor's planning to stay here in the community. They're doing a lot with the schools again. They ordered a piece of equipment. I do believe that if you have diabetes, it looks in your eye to see if there's any eye damage done, things that concern diabetes that they can sense with this new machine. And they're taking new patients, and they're servicing our elderly, which we desperately needed and has not been done for at least the last 4 years. So that was exciting to us because we now have true medical service back in Tularosa. We talked about the problem with the runoff from the State Highway Department going into our ditches, and we're hoping that that will get fixed. We're talking with the state. We've been talking to them for the last 4 years, but maybe they'll start listening. We're hoping that that will happen. Community garden is going real well. They did 2 of them in Tularosa, and they're going very well right now. Excited about doing that because it seems to be bringing out a lot of people in the community. They like to garden, and not too much is going on in the village. You know, we talked about, and I wanted to talk about this strongly. I brought it up as new business. I actually talked to he's the housing authority for this area here for Southwest, and he's not really assigned La Rosa's apartment, but he is helping me a lot, and we're going to try and get this place cleaned up because right now it's known as the drug houses here in Tularosa, and it's an ugly piece of a property that windows are broke, boarded up. You know, the good people that need a place to live are having to live there with a lot of drug activity going on, and he's going to help us. I've actually contacted the owner of the property, and I'm in talking to him, and hopefully he's going to listen to me, because if he doesn't, I'm going to take it as far as I can to get this housing straightened out here so we can have a decent housing area without drug activity and criminal stuff going on there. You know, it just can't happen. We've got a lot of good people that live in those apartments, but we have a lot of bad people that live there too. So we're going to get it cleaned up. It's gonna be awesome. And if that's all I do in my whole term, that's okay. That's all right. At least I got a decent place for people to live, you know. And that's about it. You know, Tularosa's moving forward. Like I said, we have 3 officers. Well, they're not officers yet. They're doing background checks on them, because we do the deep dive background checks, and we're waiting on those to come back. And if we get these 3 officers, we'll have all 7. That all our slots will be filled, and we'll have a full force again. You know,
that'll be a nice change.
Yes, which hasn't happened in a very long time. You know that, right? So, and that's exactly why I do these background checks. They passed. The board passed it to give the police department a little bit more money to do these. They cost $450 a piece, but you know, it's so well worth the money because we've had candidates that have told us how great they were, and I know that they run a criminal background check, but that does not touch what employment, what kind of person they are, what they've done. You know, in the past we've had police department that wasn't ran well. We have some of the officers were hired, and come to find out they've kind of floated all over the place because nobody really wants them because of their past behavior. And sometimes they're just on the edge there. They don't do enough to get decertified, but they do enough to make the department fire them, and they go somewhere else. They work the circuit, as I say, and we don't have that no more. We do this background check, and I mean, it's a very extensive background check, and we're getting some good officers out of it. People that have integrity and people that want to do the job. So hopefully, like I say, it looks like our police department's going to get fully staffed pretty soon, and I'm excited about that. Get going here, It's only taken me 10 months to do this, right?
Well, hey, it takes what it takes, and compared to everything you're cleaning up, I'd say you're moving right along.
I'm trying, I love my village, and I want to do what I can for my village, And, I came here in 1976, and this was a beautiful village. It was just a lovely place to be. Lots of, activities going on every weekend. There was something to do. There was either a fair, a fiesta, rose parade. It was just a really, really cool place to be. Clean, it's not that way right now, and we've got to get it back to where it was.
Well, it seems to me you have it well on track to get back there.
I hope so, because I do this job for the love of my village, and not for any other reason.